Hola y bienvenidos a Squeezing Matrix. En el capítulo de hoy vamos a ver un caso en el que por fortuna no hubo muertes que lamentar, aunque a punto estuvo. Sin embargo, dejaría en su camino a 6 pequeñas víctimas que jamás olvidarán lo ocurrido. Hoy hablaremos de una secta apocalíptica y mormona que pretendía la poligamia con menores bajo el pretexto de que el mundo estaba llegando a su fin, y de cómo 4 pequeñas fueron rescatadas de sus manos. Esta es su historia. Todo ocurrió en Utah, en 2017, cuando un grupo religioso llamado los Caballeros de la Espada de Cristal decidió mudarse al desierto de Salt Lake City, para esconderse allí y montar un refugio para el fin de los días, ya que andaba cerca según predecían sus revelaciones. Los fundadores de esta secta eran John Coltharp y Samuel Safa, quienes llevaron a sus hijos consigo, 4 hijos de John, de 8, 7, 6 y 4 años, y las 2 hijas de Sam, de 7 y 5 años de edad. Pero John estaba en proceso de divorcio de su mujer y madre de sus hijos, Micah Coltharp, la cual obtenía la custodia total de los niños a la vez que John se escapaba en el desierto. Tras intentar recuperar a sus hijos y no encontrarlos, Micah acudió a la policía para reportarlo.
I met John right after I turned 16. He was 21, and we liked each other and wanted to start dating, and of course, Mom said no. Yeah, so keeping custody would allow us to meet in secret and lie to them. And they didn't care that I was underage or anything like that. When I met John, I was going through a lot of stuff and very depressed and looking for answers. And I was taking religion classes in high school and stuff. And when he came home from his mission, it's like he had all the answers. Everywhere I went to, everyone was like, "Oh, this is what we believe," and he was like, "No, this is answer," and had proof and evidence, and it was answers for why the horrible things in my life were happening. And it was to the point where, for the first time in a long time, I actually felt comforted and felt right and felt like things were going to be okay. So he lures you in with these promises of grandeur and happiness and reason for things, and then once you are in, it's like, now, if you don't follow everything I say, these are the horrible, awful consequences. In the government conspiracy is like, if we get, taken by police, our kids are going to be murdered and put in the system, and every single day of my life. That's all he would talk about. That's all he would research. He would have people over, all these different kinds of people talking about earthquakes and different calamities, solar flares, planetary alignments, and all the reasons for why the world is.
Tras comenzar la búsqueda, primero hallaron a los padres de John con los 2 niños, los cuales no solo formaban parte de la secta, sino que además la financiaban.
I do have a question. Are we being charged with something tonight?
At this point, all my job is to do is get the facts. I don't know if there's anything. I would like to just speak with you and get this whole story. This is a mess.
All right.
Keeping your right mind.
Yeah, and my wife and I both were just really beside ourselves with all this because we thought we didn't know we were doing anything wrong either.
Right.
We don't think we've done anything wrong. In fact, we're just taking care of our grandkids.
Okay.
I guess for quite a while, myself and my husband had been, looking at the world events and everything, and we read the scriptures and saw the prophecies of the end times and everything, and John was always talking to us. I mean, he was always talking to us about that stuff, and so we were into it. It was interesting, and we believed that we're probably near the end of times, and we wonder how the Lord's going to gather his people to safety and all that. John started talking to us and telling us that he had received revelations that we are to gather out because things are going to start happening.
So in this process, it got to a point where Micah was demanding to pick up the kids and take them to her apartment in Provo with a guy that she was living in with there, and John wouldn't put up with that. He said, no. He says, we've got to leave. So within 2 days, we had a U-Haul van, and we're loading everything up, taking stuff out of our house, and we were out of there.
The revelations he'd gotten on the end times, and we're supposed to get out of Babylon, and her wanting to take the kids, we said, okay, let's go. And we didn't think it was illegal to take the kids.
Tras el interrogatorio y al no cooperar con el paradero de las niñas, se activa el código ámbar, desplegando un equipo de búsqueda en el lugar donde se escondían. Primero se arresta a John pero está solo. Desafortunadamente no tenemos imágenes del mismo o del interrogatorio. Tras un día de búsqueda encuentran a Sam, tras recibir una llamada alertando que ha sido visto en el área de St. George caminando. Allí lo detienen, pero el hombre también se niega a colaborar, aunque acabaría haciéndolo.
Where at?
Back of the junkyard in the red storage bins. Couple of
Here on the property?
on the property behind.
You know, yeah, it's a property that's back
all the
behind to
junk's
the
at?
right a little bit. It's got red containers on it.
Red containers. What color's the barrel?
Blue.
It's a blue barrel. He's saying, "I'm gonna pick his stuff up from where we're at."
I can't imagine it'd still be in it. I was
Hey, so is this by the North Connex boxes?
that junkyard, yeah.
Back in the junkyard.
It's the back of the left of the junkyard. I doubt they're still in there. I just was scared. Gosh, I just want to keep him warm. I thought I was gonna come back for him. You know what I mean?
Well, where have you been?
Just down south.
You walked there from last night, clear down south today.
Yeah.
Are these your daughters or are these your friends' daughters?
Should I say? Or I guess. One of them's mine. One of them's John's.
Which one's yours?
The tall one with the dress.
And what's her name? Is that all that's out here? There's no more little girls out here?
No, not out here, yeah.
You don't have any more little girls? I was told you have 2 little girls of your own, biological of your own.
2 of my own.
Yeah.
Well, that's one of my own right there. And, so.
Where's the other one at?
She's with my other daughter.
Where's your other daughter at? If they're out, the reason I'm asking, if they're out here,
Yeah.
it was only 23 degrees in Cedar last night.
Oh, no, they're not outside. They're at a friend's house.
Down in St. George?
No, not there specifically, but should I mean, I was under the impression too that John told me to protect the girls and he didn't want them to be taken, and I just respect his wishes. I figure he has custody, so I didn't think it'd turn out into this, if you know what I'm saying. I didn't think there was going to be a raid or anything, but kind of scared me when it was.
So these are the only 2 girls that are out here right now?
Out in the wild, yeah.
Okay. And you stuck them in that barrel?
Yeah.
To keep them warm?
To keep them warm.
Why don't you just take them back to the house?
I figured I'd be arrested on the spot, of course. And
so you put them in a 50-gallon drum?
Yeah, I was going to come back. And then I thought I was being followed, but I guess, I don't know. I just went, so.
Well, let's go back to my car over here.
Yeah, sure.
Where are the other 2?
Down south and at a friend's house.
Where's that friend's house?
Should I say or should I not say? Or do I need a lawyer or something like that? Or
He hasn't been ready to write yet.
Okay. I can read you your rights, okay?
Okay.
Y al poco de haber arrestado a Sam, consiguen encontrar a las 2 primeras niñas en mitad de la nada.
Hey, hi. What's the matter? Who's gone? Where's your sister? What's her name? Where's the other 2 girls?
They're in the storage container.
Which one?
The red one.
One of these?
No. A storage container very far away.
Cedar, one of you
over here,
15.
sweetie? Is it that one?
Who's in here? Correction, I need command. Is she okay? Are you doing okay in there? Okay, you want to come out here? Let's get you over one of our trucks and get you warm, okay? Command, one of you 15. Okay.
I haven't got a radio, so cell phone's all I've got.
Okay, are you cold?
We
Command, I believe we have the 2 Schaefer daughters. We cannot locate the other. They were locked in a container. Hey, let's go to my truck so you can get warm. Let's get her out and make sure it's okay. Don't touch that. Don't touch that. Cedar, want to be a 15 or command? Let's start medical this way, please. Cover up with your blankie. Let's go to my truck. Yeah, let's get you to our truck so we can get you warm, okay? What's that? I'm about 1,000 yards north of where you buzzed me earlier. Out here, kind of a junkyard. I'm away from my truck. I can't turn my lights on. So I don't see my hand, but it's okay, all right? Come on out. Come on out. We'll wrap you up in your jacket, okay? We'll make sure you stay warm. We got to get you to a warm vehicle. Come on.
The police.
Yeah, we're the police, yes.
Over there.
We're here to help you. There's a whole bunch of us out here trying to find you guys.
Here's my phone.
Okay, just come on out. Come on out. We have to find the other two. Sweetie, you've got to come out. Come on. So we got one Colt Harp and one Schaefer? Yes, she's the Schaefer. She's the Colt Harp. Come on out. Come on out. All right, come here. Grab her. Let's go. Come on. Watch the gun. Watch the gun. Watch the gun. I got it. Where do we need to look now? In one of the red containers. Or that's a blue barrel. You're okay. Don't be scared. I'm going to take you to a warm vehicle.
Más tarde encontrarían a las otras dos niñas dentro de los contenedores, poniendo así fin a la búsqueda tras 2 intensos días. Las pequeñas habían estado escondidas por más de 24 horas, expuestas a bajas temperaturas, falta de comida y de agua.
These girls probably wouldn't be alive in the morning. An intense search took place after that, trying to locate the other two. They're very cute girls, and it's happy to see this ending with them.
Las niñas pudieron ser todas rescatadas y aunque no hubo que lamentar ningún fallecido, el crimen cometido fue que cada uno de estos hombres se casara con las 2 hijas del otro. Durante el interrogatorio, Samuel evitaría admitir tal cosa a la vez que trataría de justificarse.
And so essentially what happened was one day John says, we're going to go leave and start a new life, and his parents agreed. I was his friend at the time. We got a hotel first, and then we thought we'd build up some money to get a place, so we camped for a while, and then we got containers, and then we were going to build another place, and it was pretty archaic, but he also wanted to stay away from Micah because of what she threatened, so we were just coping with it until we got more money to get better houses. Agreed to go along with him because by then I saw him as a religious leader, and as far as I knew, he had custody rights to do that.
Your guys' religion, so he says it's kind of off of LDS, or?
Yeah, it's, I mean, I think there might be a few additional things besides, obviously the main church teaches, but the main drive of it's definitely LDS, yeah, for sure.
I was just kind of curious what kind of some of your beliefs were.
John started getting these interesting insights about like the Beatitudes and things that he started sharing with us, which were new but really profound, which is really what got us talking about the work and things like that. For instance, one is thank God for not just your blessings, but also for your hardships and your trials, that God's hand is in all things, and so you should want whatever he wants. You should thank him for bad things that happen. You should thank him for the bad things that happen so that you learn.
Your trials in your life, right?
What's that?
Like your trials in your life.
Right. You should thank him for those too, because it teaches you something. He wants you to make a bad situation turn better, things like that. There's also one we believe that most will see God as this high and mighty person looks down on us, whereas John receives somehow that God actually looks at us very humbly. He knows that if he was in our circumstances, he makes many of the same mistakes, and he looks on us from like a parent, knowing what you're going through.
How do you believe, or what do you think about the polygamy part of the FLDS? Is that something you...
We believe in the Old Testament. I don't think there's anything inherently morally wrong with it. But that's probably saying, I don't know, maybe I should ask a lawyer or something. Polygamy is actually not ideal. It's usually done if women need a husband Like all these guys in the fundamentals community, they all just try to grab as many wives as they can. For one thing, that's not sustainable from a demographics point of view. So I think when there's a woman that needs a husband, then I don't care if someone goes worse.
Is there things going on between that maybe John's doing that Mike is thinking maybe you're involved just because John's doing it, or is John doing stuff with the kids that they're concerned?
I don't think anything like that. Okay, so we do believe in betrothal.
How does that work? I'm just kind of curious.
So basically, what you do is, if you say I'm interested in someone's daughter, then you go to the father, and you make an agreement that is what the wife price will be, or if there will be one or not. Check behind and make sure there is one or not, and then see if you still want to go through with it.
The first thing you got to do is admit that you did something wrong. So
I think that none of the things I did, in my opinion, are wrong.
Los hombres eran incapaces de reconocer la gravedad de los hechos o siquiera del abuso cometido a las hijas del otro. Aunque finalmente John se declararía culpable de dicha atrocidad, pero no presentó ningún ápice de arrepentimiento.
Oh yes, I'm guilty of violating both of those. That is a fact. As far as the date, I don't know exactly when, but it was somewhere within 2017. Probably that's close enough.
Y a pesar de todo el daño causado a los menores, John seguiría justificándose por ello y creyendo su realidad ante la mirada perpleja del juez.
Back in 2016, while I was still living a relatively normal life, I had a vision for the first time in my life.
Hay que destacar que John de verdad creía ser un profeta de Dios. Según sus creencias, era correcto el matrimonio con estas dos niñas de 7 y 5 años.
I have done exactly what he's asked me to do, to the best of my ability. I'm not a perfect person. I'm a weak person. I have passions and weaknesses like anybody else, but my marriage was the right thing to do.
El juicio se celebró en agosto de 2018, condenando a los dos acusados a 26 años de prisión por secuestro de menores, sodomización de menores, bigamia y obstrucción a la justicia. Mientras sus víctimas siguen en proceso de recuperación.
There's struggles. It's difficult. It's not easy, but they're making it, and we're going to make sure that they have the love and support that they need in order to do that. It's nice to know that most likely he will be spending the rest of his life in prison, and we hope that it is very, very uncomfortable for him.
Y así se evitó una tragedia segura y se acabó con la secta de los caballeros de la espada de cristal.